Blessings, you guys. Your girl coming back in with another one. I tried to come in here earlier, but I had to pre-prep dinner and run to the store and everything like that. But I did want to get in here and do this video, and I'll probably just do a short version of it, but I'll get back to it because I don't have that much time tonight. But this is the saddest thing. This is the saddest thing, that you can literally birth your unaliver. This whole thing that's going around with Rob Reiner and his wife, and the very first day where it came out and how it was told what happened, even me and everybody said the same thing. I said no. That is someone close to them. That's somebody that they know. Because for you to go, use what he used to unalive them, where usually people just try to use a pew or whatever, but to do it that way, that was calculated. That meant something. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, we got to be sympathetic. He was, not in his right mind, and he was a user and all that and whatever. I understand that, but it really doesn't really matter. It really does not really matter, because I've known a lot of people that have been on drugs, but they didn't just go and crash out like that. They actually got themselves together. You can birth your unaliver. You can birth a narc. Whether he was all of that, I don't know. But that entitlement, because that family had a lot of money, but his father and mother was very, very loved by so many. And what was the point? What was the point? Did he really think that he was going to get away with that? Did he really think nobody would figure it out? This man had a lot of money, so I'm pretty sure it was cameras or everything around that can point the fingers back to him. Crashing out. Why? Because they wouldn't give him money to get the new fix or whatever. Whatever it was. I don't know. More is going to come out, so I don't want to speculate or whatever. But it really does not matter, because now what's going to happen is not only, well, I guess you can in some of these institutions, but not only that he's not going to be able to get out there and get his fixins. He had to live with that for the rest of his life. And when he sober up behind them bars and figure out that they're never coming back, and that he's the reason why that they're never coming back, and sorry just won't cut it. Sorry just won't cut it. It's just like when you're with these narcissists and you just had enough, or you just had to escape and you had to leave, and they're trying to, hoover you, with the sorries and all that, and sorry just didn't cut it. You can't hoover somebody that's not breathing anymore, and sorry just won't cut it. They probably never thought in a million years that they were going to birth and create their unaliver. No parent ever wants to think that. No parent ever wants to think that. You love your kids no matter what they're going through, or even when they're going through tough times, you still try to be a loving parent. Unless you are a narc, because narcs don't want their kids to have anything. They want their kids to be worse than they are, and project on their own kids. And then this can go the other way around as well, where the parent can be the unaliver and birth, the child into this world, and be the unaliver for whatever reason. So it can go either way. But just for sake of this topic, we're just going to stick on the, you can birth your unaliver. That is just like the worst way. They were already old people. Whatever time God was going to allow them to have, he decided to play God and snuff out their life before it was, due date. But now he has to live with that for the rest of his life, and he has to pay for that. I don't think they're ever going to even let him out. Everybody mad. Like, you got all these celebrities that's coming on there talking about, you know, the relationship and friendship and closeness that they have with them. And we all, to some point, at least Rob, we all to some point had some, you know, love and closeness to Rob from, you know, the TV shows and they're All in the Family and, you know, movies and things that he played in. You know, Meathead, he was funny. Like, he was speaking about times that we're going through right now, when he was a character in All in the Family, especially when it came to politics. And then he has to deal with uneducated sorry y'all, uneducated narc, which was Archie. And I never understood in the show why people did not know that he was very, very abusive to them all, especially to Edith, calling her dingbat, calling him meathead. But he didn't really go all out on Gloria like that. But, you know, he did, you know, piss her off at some time. But he was very disrespectful to other races, other people, to his wife, to his son-in-law. He tried to play God and take God into play God and take things into his own hands when they had a kid on the show, and thought he thought he could be the pastor, the priest, the bishop, you know, and baptize the kid on the show after, you know, Mike had his beliefs about why he didn't want his kid to be baptized for whatever. It's just wild and crazy right now. The devil is working hard. And what he does is he used narcs. He used the weak to do his dirty bidding. He could have just left. Whatever argument that was going on then, whether it was for money or whatever, he could have just left. Unaliving them did nothing but make it worse. And that's what narcs do. Instead of trying to make things better, but once that mask come off, they only make things worse. When they get to the point where they can't re-love bomb you, and they can't manipulate you, and they can't lie to you, and they can't get you to come back, then it goes to anger and rage. And it's just like, how do you expect me to care and love you or want you around me when you thinking that the only way for me to be a part of your life is through threat and anger and rage? Make that make sense. They so damn stupid. Who the hell would want to wake up every day or sleep or touch or talk or encounter or anything with someone that they dislike or even hate or despise, whatever it is? Because narcs can make you despise them, hate them, not like them, not want to deal with them, not ever want to see them again. And they think they are entitled to your life, where it doesn't matter what they do or say to you, that you're supposed to be there, until some of them just has to move on. That's just what they got to do until they find their next supply and lock it down however they can lock it down. But nothing ever changed. Nothing ever changes with them. They're going to still be the person that they are. They just had to have this fake facade for so long just to make sure that they get the person that they need to trap. It's just like using the right bait. And see this water? It's like using the right bait. Like, you can use all type of different type of baits until you catch a fish. Some people catch a small fish, throw it back. Catch a medium fish, throw it back. Catch a big fish, throw it back, because they want to catch the biggest fish. And that's what narcs do. They want to catch the biggest. How do I say this in a nice way? The biggest person that can be fooled by them for the rest of their lives. I'm not going to say the stupidest person or the biggest fool. I'm going to say the biggest person that they can fool. And even when the person start to figure out, now the whole thing is trying to get out. And getting out is a whole nother thing. But that's sidebar. That's very tragic that you can literally birth your unaliver. Birth your death. Nobody would ever think that someone that they love or someone that they raised or gave birth to, and all they did was care and love on them and care and love on them and care and love on them, would ever think that they would harm them. It's bad enough when you get to the point where your kids are making bad decisions, especially in relationships or things that they do, and you're just trying to give them, helpful advice, and then they want to get all mad and then turn on you for somebody else and whatever until they figure it out. And they got to come back and apologize. But you get these ones with this son. That's how it is with being with a narc. It's like the son being on some drugs, because you're not trying to get him. Not me. I would say you could, but maybe you're not. Maybe you're not trying to get a fix. You're just trying to stop the pain. You're just trying to stop the pain. You're wanting them to go back to the way they was when you first met them. And what keeps you there is like a drug. Like the same thing that makes you sick make you happy. The same thing if you're drinking. You be having a good old time when you drunk, but the next day you go, I got a hangover. Oh, I'm tired. That's how it is being with a narc. Being with a narc, having them in your family, having them as a parent, having them as a child, is just like a fifth of Hennessy. You might chug it on down and it's feeling good at that point, but the next day you're totally regretting it. But then the next day you got to do it again to kill the pain. Do it again to kill the pain. Do it again to kill the pain. And instead of him getting help for his pain, he decided to unalive what he thought was the pain, and that was the actual love. That was the actual love that he needed to get back on the right track of his life. Now his life is over. He was done. Like, it was like the very next day, once the sister found them, all the family members pointed the finger. They already knew. Everybody got somebody in their family that's on something. And every time they come around, you just be like, there goes such and such. There goes such and such. Whether they the family drug, the family pervert, the family drug addict, whatever they are. It's just like, there they go. There they go. You already know when they come around, it's going to be some type of toxic drama. Or they're going to be asking for something. Hey, let me hold girls. Let me hold $10. Oh, Unc, let me hold $10. Oh, let me, cuz, can you buy me? Ma, Dad, can you? Yeah. They want you to support their addiction. They want you to support their lifestyle. They want you to support their behaviors and the evil things that they do to others and themselves. They want you to support that. And in their sick ass mind, they think that if you do not, it means that you don't care about them. When something becomes more important to you, and that's the only thing that's important to you, no other person, no other thing, no nothing, except for this one thing is that important to you, that it gets you to the point that you actually lose your freedom or your life, because that would have just went either way. He could have been out there just, tooting up, shooting up, popping up, drinking up, whatever it was that he did, till that took him out. Or he just could have just did what he did. He could have just did what he did. It was like either them or him. And he decided he wanted it to be them than him. Now, you got to be clean, clown. Now you got to face the consequences, clown. Now you got to be accountable. Now you got to come to realization and reality of what the hell you did and what's going, because they black out and they'll go to sleep and wake up and be like, oh, it was just a dream, but it was reality. So I'm going to get ready to end this video. I remember having nightmares that was so bad that I thought they was totally real. And when I woke up and I saw that I was only dreaming, I was on my knees, dropping down, praying to Lord, Like, thank you, God, that was just only a dream. But it wasn't a dream with him, and it's not a dream with him. And when he wake up thinking he just waking up from a nightmare, but realize where he's actually at and what he actually did, there's no words that he can ever say to the jury, the judge, the family, anyone, and justify what he did to his parents. So that's my video. I gotta go. The only thing that I can say, they're together in the afterlife. Him and his wife together in the afterlife. And God just gonna have to handle the living. He get to keep lifing, but he won't be living that big life. He get to keep breathing, but he won't be breathing that good air. He get to keep eating, but he won't be eating that good food. He get to keep doing so many things, but it won't be what he want. And the one thing that he really wants, and he'll get a little bit, because I already know in these institutions things can get through, but it won't be what he want. And then the other thing he's not going to want, because once the news hit the inmates, they deal with them. He gonna have to be in protection, solitary or something, because them other inmates gonna get at him like, yo, your dad was what I grew up on, yo. I love me some All in the Family, and you just took out my favorite actor, yo. The whole family was actors. His father and him, and they all was funny. So sometimes the trash take itself out, and then somebody else take the trash out. Good luck. I don't know what he's gonna. He just got to go to God. Only thing can save him right now is God. I don't have anything else to say. So that's my video. But the saddest thing in the world is that you literally can birth your unaliver. That's my video. Be blessed.